Question 1. Personal auto policy PAP question. Which of the following situations would typically be covered under Part D, coverage for damage to your auto of a personal auto policy in Delaware? A. Your car is stolen and not recovered. B. You intentionally damage your car. C. Your car is damaged while participating in a race. D. Your car is damaged due to normal wear and tear. Correct answer: A. Your car is stolen and not recovered. Explanation: Part D of the Personal Auto Policy (PAP) covers damage to your auto, which includes both collision and, other than collision, comprehensive coverages. Comprehensive coverage protects against theft, fire, vandalism, and other perils that are not collision-related. In Delaware, as in most states, comprehensive coverage would typically cover the theft of a car if it is not recovered. However, intentional damage, B. damage while participating in a race, C. and damage due to normal wear and tear, D. are specifically excluded under the terms of the PAP. Question 2. Homeowners insurance scenario. Question: Sarah lives in Delaware and has a HO3 homeowners policy. During a severe storm, a tree falls on her detached garage, causing significant damage. Which coverage part of her policy would respond to this loss, and what should she expect in terms of coverage? A. Coverage wood dwelling. B. Coverage B. Other structures. C. Coverage C. Personal property. D. Coverage D. Loss of use. Correct answer: B. Coverage B. Other structures. Explanation: An HO3 homeowners policy includes several distinct coverage parts. Coverage B. Other structures provides protection for structures that are not attached to the dwelling, such as detached garages, sheds, and fences. In Sarah's case, the damage to her detached garage would fall under Coverage B. This coverage typically provides 10% of the coverage, a limit. Coverage dwelling pertains to the house itself. Coverage C, personal property, covers personal belongings, and Coverage D, loss of use, provides for additional living expenses if the home becomes uninhabitable. Thus, for the damage to Sarah's detached garage, Coverage B is applicable. Question 3. Inland marine insurance question. Which of the following types of property is most likely to be covered under a personal articles floater in Delaware? A. A home theater system permanently installed in your home. B. A laptop used primarily for business purposes. C. A rare and valuable stamp collection. D. A boat stored in your garage. Correct answer: C. A rare and valuable stamp collection. Explanation: Inland marine insurance, particularly personal articles floaters, provides coverage for high-value items that are often subject to limited coverage under standard homeowners policies. These policies cover specific types of personal property that are portable and have a high value. In Delaware, as elsewhere, items such as jewelry, furs, fine art, and valuable collections like stamps can be insured under a personal articles floater. A home theater system, though valuable, is part of the home and typically covered under homeowners insurance. A laptop used for business, B, may require a different type of coverage, and boats, D, are usually covered under specialized watercraft insurance policies. Therefore, a rare and valuable stamp collection is most appropriately covered by a personal articles floater. Question 4. Flood insurance question. Under the National Flood Insurance Program (NFIP) in Delaware, which of the following is typically covered under a standard flood insurance policy? A. Damage to personal property stored in a basement. B. Additional living expenses incurred due to temporary relocation. C. Damage caused by a sewer backup, not directly resulting from flooding. D. Structural damage to a home caused by rising floodwaters. Correct answer: D. Structural damage to a home caused by rising floodwaters. Explanation: The NFIP provides coverage for direct physical losses caused by flooding, which is defined as a general and temporary condition of partial or complete inundation of normally dry land areas. Structural damage to a home caused by rising floodwaters, D, is covered under a standard flood insurance policy. Personal property stored in a basement, is generally excluded from coverage, as is damage caused by a sewer backup unless it is directly caused by flood. C. Additional living expenses, B, are also not covered under the NFIP. Therefore, structural damage to a home due to rising floodwaters is the correct answer for what is typically covered. Question 5. Ethics in insurance question. In Delaware, an insurance agent encounters a situation where a client is unaware of a critical exclusion in their policy. The agent decides not to inform the client to avoid losing the sale. What ethical principle is the agent violating? A. Indemnity. B. Utmost good faith. C. Insurable interest. D. Subrogation. Correct answer. B. Utmost good faith. Explanation. The principle of utmost good faith, B, is a fundamental ethical and legal requirement in the insurance industry, obliging both parties to act honestly and not withhold critical information. By choosing not to inform the client of a critical exclusion in the policy, the agent is violating this principle, which could lead to serious consequences for both the client and the agent. Indemnity A relates to restoring the insured to their financial position prior to the loss. Insurable interest C pertains to the insured's financial stake in the insured property, and subrogation D involves the insurer's right to pursue a third party responsible for a loss after compensating the insured. Therefore, the agent is violating the principle of utmost good faith by withholding important policy information. Question 6. Personal umbrella policy question. In Delaware, which of the following scenarios would most likely trigger coverage under a personal umbrella policy? A. Damage to your car from a hailstorm. B. A visitor slips and falls on your icy sidewalk, resulting in a lawsuit. C. Theft of your personal property from your home. D. Water damage to your basement from a burst pipe. Correct answer. B. A visitor slips and falls on your icy sidewalk, resulting in a lawsuit. Explanation. A personal umbrella policy provides additional liability coverage beyond the limits of your homeowner's, auto, or other personal insurance policies. It is designed to protect against large and potentially devastating liability claims or judgments. In the scenario where a visitor slips and falls on your icy sidewalk, resulting in a lawsuit, B. Your personal umbrella policy would provide coverage if the claim exceeds the liability limits of your homeowner's policy. Damage to your car from a hailstorm A would be covered under your auto policy. Theft of personal property C under your homeowner's policy, and water damage from a burst pipe D under your homeowner's policy. Therefore, the scenario involving the lawsuit due to the fall on the icy sidewalk is the correct answer for triggering umbrella policy coverage. Question 7. Homeowners insurance question. Which of the following is an example of a peril typically excluded from a standard homeowners insurance policy in Delaware? A. Fire damage to your home. B. Theft of personal belongings. C. Flood damage to your basement. D. Windstorm damage to your roof. Correct answer. C. Flood damage to your basement. Explanation. Standard homeowners insurance policies typically exclude certain perils, one of the most common being flood damage. C. To be covered for flood-related losses, homeowners need to purchase separate flood insurance, often through the National Flood Insurance Program (NFIP). Fire damage A. Theft of personal belongings B. and windstorm damage D. are typically covered perils under standard homeowners policies. Therefore, flood damage to the basement is the correct answer as an example of an excluded peril. Question 8. Claims handling question. In Delaware, what is the first step an insured should take immediately after a loss occurs to their property? A. File a lawsuit against the insurance company. B. Make temporary repairs to prevent further damage. C. Discard damaged property. D. Increase the insurance coverage limits. Correct answer. B. Make temporary repairs to prevent further damage. Explanation. After loss occurs, the first step an insured should take is to make temporary repairs to prevent further damage. B. This is important to mitigate the extent of the loss and is a requirement under the duties after loss provision in most insurance policies. Filing a lawsuit A is premature and not appropriate at this stage. Discarding damaged property C should be avoided until the insurance company has had a chance to inspect it. Increasing the insurance coverage limits D cannot retroactively cover an already occurred loss. Therefore, making temporary repairs is the correct first step to take. Question 9. Watercraft insurance question. Under a typical watercraft insurance policy in Delaware, which of the following would be covered? A. Wear and tear on the boat's engine. B. Damage caused by striking a submerged object. C. Mechanical breakdown of the boat. D. Damage from lack of maintenance. Correct answer. B. Damage caused by striking a submerged object. Explanation. Watercraft insurance policies typically cover physical damage to the boat resulting from an accident, including striking submerged objects. B. Wear and tear, mechanical breakdowns. C. And damage from lack of maintenance. D. Are generally excluded from coverage. These exclusions are similar to those found in auto and homeowners insurance policies, focusing on sudden and accidental damage rather than damage that occurs over time or due to poor upkeep. Therefore, damage caused by striking a submerged object is the correct answer for what would be covered under a typical watercraft insurance policy. Question 10. Insurance Principles and Concepts Question. Which principle is primarily concerned with ensuring that the insured does not profit from an insurance claim in Delaware? A. Utmost good faith. B. Insurable interest. C. Indemnity. D. Subrogation. Correct answer: C. Indemnity. Explanation: the principle of indemnity, C, is fundamental to insurance and ensures that the insured is restored to their financial position prior to the loss without profiting from the claim. This principle prevents moral hazard and ensures the insurance policy serves its purpose as a risk management tool rather than a profit-making mechanism. Utmost good faith, A, requires honesty and full disclosure between the insurer and the insured. Insurable interest, B, requires the insured to have a financial stake in the insured item. Subrogation, D, allows the insurer to pursue a third party responsible for the loss after compensating the insured. Therefore, the principle of indemnity is the correct answer for ensuring the insured does not profit from an insurance claim. Question 11. Personal auto policy PAP question. In Delaware, under the uninsured and insured motorist coverage, Part C of a personal auto policy, which of the following scenarios would typically be covered? A. You are injured in a hit-and-run accident. B. You hit a tree while driving. C. Your car is stolen from your driveway. D. You damage your own car in a parking lot accident. Correct answer: A. You are injured in a hit-and-run accident. Explanation: uninsured underinsured motorist coverage, Part C in a personal auto policy provides protection when you are involved in an accident with a driver who either has no insurance or insufficient insurance to cover your damages. This includes situations like a hit-and-run accident. A. Damage from hitting a tree. B. Would be covered under collision coverage, Part D. Theft. C. Would be covered under comprehensive coverage, Part D, and damage to your own car in a parking lot accident. D. Would also be covered under collision coverage, Part D. Therefore, the correct answer is that uninsured underinsured motorist coverage would cover injuries from a hit-and-run accident. Question 12. Dwelling policy DP question. Which of the following is a primary difference between a EUN and a D3 policy in Delaware? A. DPA 1 covers liability, while DPA 3 does not. B. DPA 1 provides actual cash value coverage, while DPA 3 provides replacement cost coverage. C. DPA 1 covers flood damage, while DPA 3 does not. D. DPA 1 covers personal property, while DPA 3 does not. Correct answer: B. DPA 1 provides actual cash value coverage, while DPA 3 provides replacement cost coverage. Explanation: the primary difference between a EUN basic form and a D3 special form dwelling policy is in the valuation method and the breadth of coverage. A EUN policy typically provides actual cash value (SCV) coverage, which factors in depreciation when paying for a loss. In contrast, a D3 policy generally provides replacement cost coverage, which pays the amount needed to repair or replace the damaged property without deduction for depreciation. Additionally, DPA 1 covers named perils only, while DPA 3 offers broader coverage including all risks of direct physical loss, unless specifically excluded. Liability coverage is generally not included in standard dwelling policies unless added by endorsement, and both policies can cover personal property if specified. Flood damage, C, is excluded from both policies and requires separate flood insurance. Therefore, the correct answer is the difference in valuation method and coverage scope. Question 13. Health insurance overview question. In Delaware, which type of health insurance plan typically requires members to use a network of doctors and get a referral to see a specialist? A. Health maintenance organization, ATMO. B. Preferred provider organization, EPO. C. High deductible, HELPA, HEHP. D. Indemnity plan. Correct answer: A. Health maintenance organization, HMO. Explanation: health maintenance organizations, HMOs, require members to use a network of doctors and healthcare providers. To see a specialist, members typically need a referral from their primary care physician. This approach helps control costs and ensures coordinated care. In contrast, preferred provider organizations, POS-B, offer more flexibility, allowing members to see out-of-network providers and specialists without referrals, though at a higher out-of-pocket cost. High deductible health policies C are characterized by higher deductibles and lower premiums, but do not typically require network restrictions or referrals. Indemnity plans D offer the most freedom, allowing members to choose any doctor or hospital, usually at a higher cost. Therefore, the correct answer is that HMOs require network use and referrals. Question 14. Earthquake insurance question. Which of the following best describes a typical deductible structure for earthquake insurance policies in Delaware? A flat dollar amount. B, a percentage of the replacement value of the insured property. C, a percentage of the actual cash value of the insured property. D, a flat dollar amount per occurrence. Correct answer: B, a percentage of the replacement value of the insured property. Explanation: earthquake insurance policies typically use a percentage-based deductible calculated as a percentage of the insured property's replacement value. B, this means that the deductible amount will vary depending on the value of the property insured. For example, if a home is insured for $200,000 and has a 10% deductible, the homeowner would be responsible for the first $20,000 of an earthquake loss. Flat dollar amounts A and D are less common for earthquake insurance deductibles. Actual cash value C deductibles are also not typically used. Therefore, the correct answer is that the deductible is usually a percentage of the replacement value of the insured property. Question 15. Ethics in insurance question. In Delaware, if an insurance agent receives confidential information about a client and shares it with a third party without the client's consent, which ethical principle is being violated? A, subrogation. B, utmost good faith. C, indemnity. D, confidentiality. Correct answer: D, confidentiality. Explanation: the ethical principle of confidentiality D requires that insurance agents and other professionals keep client information private and only share it with authorized individuals or parties. Sharing confidential information without the client's consent violates this principle and can lead to serious legal and professional consequences. Subrogation A involves the insurer's right to pursue a third party responsible for a loss after compensating the insured. Utmost good faith B refers to the honesty and full disclosure required between the insurer and the insured. Indemnity C ensures that the insured does not profit from a claim but is restored to their prior financial position. Therefore, the correct answer is confidentiality, as the ethical principle being violated by sharing confidential information without consent. Question 16. Personal liability insurance question. Which of the following would typically be covered under a personal liability insurance policy in Delaware? A, a lawsuit resulting from an auto accident you caused. B, medical expenses for a guest injured in your home. C, damage to your own property. D, intentional acts of harm towards another person. Correct answer: B, medical expenses for a guest injured in your home. Explanation: personal liability insurance provides coverage for legal and medical expenses if you are found legally responsible for injury or property damage to others. Medical expenses for a guest injured in your home B would be covered. A lawsuit resulting from an auto accident A would be covered under an auto insurance policy, not a personal liability policy. Damage to your own property C is not covered by liability insurance but by property insurance. Intentional acts of harm D are typically excluded from coverage under liability insurance policies. Therefore, the correct answer is medical expenses for a guest injured in your home. Question 17. Flood insurance question. Under the National Flood Insurance Program (NFIP) in Delaware, which of the following would be excluded from coverage? A, structural damage to a home caused by floodwaters. B, personal property damage in the basement. C, cleanup costs following a flood. D, additional living expenses due to temporary relocation. Correct answer: D, additional living expenses due to temporary relocation. Explanation: the NFIP provides coverage for structural damage to a home caused by floodwaters. A, personal property damage. B, and cleanup costs. C, however, additional living expenses incurred due to temporary relocation D are not covered under the standard NFIP policy. This means that while the NFIP will help with repairs and replacement of damaged property, it does not cover the cost of living elsewhere while your home is being repaired. Therefore, the correct answer is that additional living expenses due to temporary relocation are excluded from coverage. Question 18. Inland marine insurance question: which type of property is most suitable for coverage under a personal articles floater in Delaware? A. A swimming pool installed in your backyard. B. A set of golf clubs you travel with frequently. C. A shed used for storing gardening tools. D. A central air conditioning unit. Correct answer: B. A set of golf clubs you travel with frequently. Explanation: a personal articles floater under inland marine insurance provides coverage for high-value, portable items that are often excluded or limited under standard homeowners policies. A set of golf clubs you travel with frequently. B. Is an ideal candidate for this type of coverage due to their high value and mobility. A swimming pool, a shed, C, and central air conditioning unit, D, are considered part of the real property and would be covered under homeowners insurance. Therefore, the correct answer is a set of golf clubs you travel with frequently. Question 19. Homeowners insurance question: in Delaware, which of the following is considered an additional coverage typically provided under a standard homeowners insurance policy? A. Damage caused by a flood. B. Identity theft expenses. C. Loss assessment coverage. D. Earthquake damage. Correct answer: C. Loss assessment coverage. Explanation: additional coverages under a standard homeowners insurance policy often include loss assessment coverage, C, which helps cover your share of loss assessments charged by a homeowners association. Flood damage, A, and earthquake damage, D, are typically excluded from standard policies and require separate coverage. Identity theft expenses, B, are also generally not covered under standard policies but can be added as an endorsement or separate policy. Therefore, the correct answer is loss assessment coverage. Question 20. Personal auto policy PAP question: in Delaware, under the liability coverage, Part A of a personal auto policy, which of the following would be covered? A. Bodily injury to you as the policyholder. B. Damage to your own car in an accident. C. Bodily injury to another driver in an accident you caused. D. Theft of your vehicle. Correct answer: C. Bodily injury to another driver in an accident you caused. Explanation: liability coverage, Part A of a personal auto policy, covers bodily injury and property damage to others for which the policyholder is legally responsible. This includes bodily injury to another driver, C, in an accident you caused. Bodily injury to you, A, as the policyholder, would be covered under personal injury protection, PIP, or medical payments coverage. Damage to your own car, B, would be covered under collision coverage, and theft of your vehicle, D, would be covered under comprehensive coverage. Therefore, the correct answer is bodily injury to another driver in an accident you caused. Question 21. Dwelling policy DP question: in Delaware, what type of dwelling policy DP would best suit a property owner seeking coverage for a rental property against a broad range of perils with replacement cost coverage? A. DEPA 1. B. DEPA 2. C. DEPA 3. D. DEPA 4. Correct answer: C. DEPA 3. Explanation: the D3 special form dwelling policy provides the broadest coverage, including all risks of direct physical loss to the dwelling and other structures, unless specifically excluded. It typically includes replacement cost coverage, which pays to rebuild or repair the property without depreciation. DEPA 1 basic form provides more limited coverage for named perils and typically offers actual cash value coverage. DEPA 2 broad form offers broader named perils coverage than DEPA 1, but usually with actual cash value as well. DEPA 4 is a policy for tenants and does not apply to property owners. Therefore, the DEPA 3 policy is best suited for a rental property owner seeking broad and comprehensive coverage. Question 22. Personal umbrella policy question: in Delaware, if an insured has a personal umbrella policy, under what condition will this policy typically provide coverage? A. When the loss is less than the primary policy limit. B. When the loss exceeds the primary policy limit. C. For damages to the insured's personal property. D. For regular maintenance costs of the insured's home. Correct answer: B. When the loss exceeds the primary policy limit. Explanation: a personal umbrella policy provides excess liability coverage above and beyond the limits of the insured's underlying policies, such as homeowners or auto insurance. It is designed to kick in when the primary policy limit is exceeded. B. Offering additional protection for large claims or lawsuits. It does not provide coverage for losses below the primary policy limit. A. Damages to the insured's personal property. C. Or regular maintenance costs. D. Therefore, the correct answer is that the personal umbrella policy provides coverage when the loss exceeds the primary policy limit. Question 23. Insurance regulation question. In Delaware, which entity is primarily responsible for the regulation of insurance companies and enforcement of insurance laws? A. National Association of Insurance Commissioners, NAIC. B. Federal Insurance Office, FIO. C. Delaware Department of Insurance. D. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. Correct answer: C. Delaware Department of Insurance. Explanation: the Delaware Department of Insurance is the state regulatory body responsible for overseeing insurance companies and enforcing insurance laws within the state. The National Association of Insurance Commissioners, NAIC, provides a forum for state insurance regulators to develop uniform policies but does not directly regulate insurance companies. The Federal Insurance Office, FIO, monitors the insurance industry but does not have regulatory authority over insurance companies. The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, regulates securities markets, not the insurance industry. Therefore, the Delaware Department of Insurance is the correct answer. Question 24. Emerging issues in personal lines insurance question. Which emerging issue in personal lines insurance is particularly relevant in Delaware due to its coastal location and exposure to climate change? A. Autonomous vehicles. B. Cyber risk. C. Impact of climate change on property insurance. D. Technological innovations in underwriting. Correct answer: C. Impact of climate change on property insurance. Explanation: due to Delaware's coastal location, it is particularly vulnerable to the impacts of climate change such as rising sea levels, increased frequency and severity of storms, and coastal erosion. These changes directly affect property insurance, making the impact of climate change a significant emerging issue in personal lines insurance in Delaware. Autonomous vehicles and cyber risk are important but not as directly relevant to the specific geographic and environmental risks faced by Delaware. Technological innovations in underwriting are relevant but also not as specific to Delaware's unique challenges. Therefore, the correct answer is the impact of climate change on property insurance. Question 25. Claims handling question. In Delaware, what is the primary purpose of the appraisal clause found in many property insurance policies? A. To determine the cause of the loss. B. To resolve disputes over the amount of the loss. C. To identify potential policy exclusions. D. To initiate the claims process. Correct answer: B. To resolve disputes over the amount of the loss. Explanation: the appraisal clause in property insurance policies is designed to resolve disputes between the insured and the insurer over the amount of the loss. B. If there is disagreement about the value of the damaged property or the cost to repair or replace it, either party can invoke the appraisal clause. Each party selects an independent appraiser and the appraisers then select an umpire. An agreement by any two of the three will determine the amount of the loss. The cause does not determine the cause of the loss. They identify policy exclusions. C. Or initiate the claims process. D. Therefore, the correct answer is that the primary purpose of the appraisal clause is to resolve disputes over the amount of the loss. Question 26. Watercraft insurance question. In Delaware, which of the following would be covered under the liability coverage of a watercraft insurance policy? A. Damage to your watercraft from hitting a submerged object. B. Injuries to a passenger on your boat due to a collision. C. Theft of your watercraft while docked. D. Legal fees and settlements from a lawsuit by a swimmer you accidentally injure with your boat. Correct answer: D. Legal fees and settlements from a lawsuit by a swimmer you accidentally injure with your boat. Explanation: liability coverage under a watercraft insurance policy covers legal fees and settlements for which the insured is responsible due to bodily injury or property damage to others caused by their boat. This includes a lawsuit by a swimmer you accidentally injured. D. Damage to your watercraft from hitting a submerged object. A. Would be covered under physical damage coverage. Injuries to a passenger on your boat due to a collision. B. Would be covered under medical payments coverage. Theft of your watercraft. C. Would be covered under the physical damage section, specifically comprehensive coverage. Therefore, the correct answer is legal fees and settlements from a lawsuit by a swimmer you accidentally injure with your boat. Question 27. Personal umbrella policy question. In Delaware, a personal umbrella policy typically requires the insured to maintain certain minimum liability limits on their underlying policies. Which of the following is a common requirement? A. $100,000 on auto liability. B. $500,000 on homeowner's liability. C. $250,000 on auto liability. D. $1 million on homeowner's liability. Correct answer: C. $250,000 on auto liability. Explanation: personal umbrella policies typically require the insured to maintain minimum liability limits on their underlying policies to ensure that the umbrella policy provides excess coverage only after these limits are exhausted. A common requirement is $250,000 on auto liability. C. While requirements can vary, this is a standard threshold for auto insurance. The other options either reflect too low or excessively high limits that are not typically required. Therefore, the correct answer is $250,000 on auto liability. Question 28. Ethics in insurance question. In Delaware, an insurance agent who recommends a policy that is unsuitable for a client's needs is violating which ethical principle? A. Indemnity. B. Insurable interest. C. Utmost good faith. D. Suitability. Correct answer: D. Suitability. Explanation: the ethical principle of suitability D requires insurance agents to recommend products that are appropriate for the client's needs and financial situation. Recommending a policy that is unsuitable violates this principle. Indemnity A ensures the insured is compensated for their loss but not more. Insurable interest B means the policyholder must have a financial interest in the insured item or person. Utmost good faith C involves honesty and full disclosure by both the insurer and the insured. Therefore, the correct answer is suitability. Question 29. Homeowners insurance question. In Delaware, what is the primary purpose of loss of use coverage? Coverage D in a homeowner's insurance policy. A. To cover the cost of repairing the dwelling. B. To cover the cost of personal property replacement. C. To cover additional living expenses if the home becomes uninhabitable. D. To cover liability claims from third parties. Correct answer: C. To cover additional living expenses if the home becomes uninhabitable. Explanation: loss of use coverage. Coverage D in a homeowner's insurance policy provides reimbursement for additional living expenses incurred if the insured's home becomes uninhabitable due to a covered peril. This includes expenses such as temporary housing, meals, and other necessary living costs. Repairing the dwelling is covered under dwelling coverage. Coverage A. Personal property replacement. B is covered under personal property coverage. Coverage C. Liability claims from third parties. D are covered under personal liability coverage. Coverage E. Therefore, the correct answer is to cover additional living expenses if the home becomes uninhabitable. Question 30. Insurance principles and concepts question. In Delaware, what principle ensures that an insurance policyholder cannot recover more than the actual financial loss suffered? A. Utmost good faith. B. Insurable interest. C. Indemnity. D. Subrogation. Correct answer: C. Indemnity. Explanation: the principle of indemnity C ensures that an insurance policyholder is compensated for the actual financial loss suffered, no more and no less. This principle prevents the insured from profiting from an insurance claim. Utmost good faith A requires honesty and full disclosure by both parties in the insurance contract. Insurable interest B requires the policyholder to have a legitimate interest in the insured item or person. Subrogation D allows the insurer to pursue a third party responsible for the insured's loss after compensating the insured. Therefore, the correct answer is indemnity. Question 31. Personal auto policy PAP question. In Delaware, which of the following is typically excluded from uninsured motorist coverage? Part C. Under a personal auto policy. A. Bodily injury caused by a hit-and-run driver. B. Property damage caused by an uninsured driver. C. Bodily injury caused by a driver with insufficient insurance. D. Medical payments for the insured's own injuries. Correct answer: D. Medical payments for the insured's own injuries. Explanation: uninsured motorist coverage Part C under personal auto policy typically covers bodily injury A and property damage B caused by an uninsured or hit-and-run driver, as well as bodily injury caused by a driver with insufficient insurance. C. However, medical payments for the insured's own injuries D are covered under medical payments coverage Part B, not uninsured motorist coverage. Therefore, the correct answer is medical payments for the insured's own injuries. Question 32. Flood insurance question. in Delaware under the National Flood Insurance Program NFIP, which of the following types of property is covered under a standard flood insurance policy? A. Currency, precious metals, and valuable papers. B. Outdoor swimming pools. C. Appliances permanently installed in a basement. D. Landscaping including trees and shrubs. Correct answer: C. Appliances permanently installed in a basement. Explanation: under the NFIP, a standard flood insurance policy covers certain items in a basement, including appliances permanently installed. C. However, it does not cover currency, precious metals, and valuable papers. A. Outdoor swimming pools. B. Or landscaping, including trees and shrubs. D. Therefore, the correct answer is appliances permanently installed in the basement. Question 33. Personal liability insurance question. In Delaware, what is typically covered under personal liability insurance in a homeowner's policy? A. Damage to the insured's own property. B. Injuries to guests on the insured's property. C. The cost of repairs to the insured's home after the fire. D. Loss of income due to the insured's inability to work. Correct answer: B. Injuries to guests on the insured's property. Explanation: personal liability insurance in a homeowner's policy covers legal and medical expenses if the insured is found legally responsible for injuries to others, B. on their property. It does not cover damage to the insured's own property, A. which would be covered under property coverage parts of the policy. The cost of repairs to the insured's home after a fire, C. would be covered under dwelling coverage. Loss of income due to the insured's inability to work, D. is not covered under homeowners insurance but might be covered under a disability insurance policy. Therefore, the correct answer is injuries to guests on the insured's property. Question 34. Dwelling policy DP question. In Delaware, which of the following perils is covered under a to a broad form dwelling policy but not typically under a basic form policy? A. Fire. B. Lightning. C. Falling objects. D. Explosion. Correct answer: C. Falling objects. Explanation: a D2 a broad form dwelling policy covers all perils listed under basic form policies such as fire, A. Lightning, B. an explosion, D. and also includes additional perils such as falling objects. C. The D1 policy provides more limited coverage with a shorter list of named perils. Therefore, the correct answer is falling objects. Question 35. Ethics in insurance question. In Delaware, an insurance agent who prioritizes personal gain over the needs of their clients is violating which ethical principle? A. Indemnity. B. Insurable interest. C. Utmost good faith. D. Fiduciary responsibility. Correct answer: D. Fiduciary responsibility. Explanation: fiduciary responsibility D requires insurance agents to act in the best interests of their clients, placing the client's needs above their own personal gain. Violating this principle by prioritizing personal gain over the client's needs is an ethical breach. Indemnity A ensures that the insured is compensated for their loss without profit. Insurable interest B means the policyholder must have a legitimate interest in the insured item or person. Utmost good faith C involves honesty and full disclosure by both the insurer and the insured. Therefore, the correct answer is fiduciary responsibility. Question 36. Personal auto policy PAP question. In Delaware, under the coverage for damage to your auto Part D of a personal auto policy, which of the following scenarios would typically be covered? A. Your car is damaged in a flood. B. You accidentally hit your own garage door. C. Your car is damaged in a street protest. D. Your car's tires wear out from regular use. Correct answer A. Your car is damaged in a flood. Explanation: coverage for damage to your auto Part D in a personal auto policy includes both collision and comprehensive coverage. Comprehensive coverage protects against non-collision related incidents such as natural disasters, theft, vandalism, and animal strikes. Therefore, damage from a flood A would typically be covered under comprehensive coverage. Collision coverage applies to accidents involving other vehicles or objects, so hitting your own garage door B would be covered under collision coverage, but it is more specific to collision incidents. Damage in a street protest C might be covered under comprehensive coverage but is subject to policy exclusions and specifics. Wear and tear D is generally not covered as it falls under maintenance, not insurable events. Therefore, the correct answer is that damage to your car in a flood is covered. Question 37. Homeowners insurance question. In Delaware, what is typically excluded under the dwelling coverage? Coverage A of A homeowner's insurance policy. A. Damage caused by a fire. B. Damage caused by a sewer backup. C. Damage caused by a windstorm. D. Damage caused by a lightning strike. Correct answer: B. Damage caused by a sewer backup. Explanation: dwelling coverage. Coverage A. Under a homeowner's insurance policy covers damage to the structure of the home from perils such as fire A, windstorm C, and lightning D. However, damage caused by a sewer backup B is typically excluded unless an endorsement for sewer and drain backup coverage is added to the policy. This exclusion is common because sewer backups are seen as preventable maintenance issues rather than unforeseen events. Therefore, the correct answer is that damage caused by a sewer backup is typically excluded. Question 38. Inland Marine Insurance question. In Delaware, which of the following is a typical exclusion under personal articles floater policy? A. Theft of jewelry. B. Accidental loss of a camera. C. Damage to fine art during transit. D. Wear and tear of a watch. Correct answer: D. Wear and tear of a watch. Explanation: personal articles floater policies under inland marine insurance provide coverage for high-value items against a wide range of perils, including theft of jewelry, A. Accidental loss, B. And damage during transit, C. However, wear and tear, D. is generally excluded from coverage and as it is considered a maintenance issue rather than a sudden and accidental loss. Therefore, the correct answer is that wear and tear of a watch is typically excluded. Question 39. Earthquake insurance question. In Delaware, which of the following statements about earthquake insurance is correct? A. It is typically included in standard homeowners insurance policies. B. It covers the cost to rebuild or repair your home after an earthquake. C. It does not cover personal property damaged in an earthquake. D. It has no deductibles. Correct answer: B. It covers the cost to rebuild or repair your home after an earthquake. Explanation: earthquake insurance is not typically included in standard homeowners insurance policies and must be purchased as a separate policy or endorsement. It covers the cost to rebuild or repair your home after an earthquake. B. Personal property damaged in an earthquake. C. Is covered if the policy includes personal property coverage. Earthquake insurance policies usually come with deductibles, D, which are often higher than those for other types of insurance. Therefore, the correct answer is that earthquake insurance covers the cost to rebuild or repair your home after an earthquake. Question 40. Claims handling question. In Delaware, what is the primary function of an insurance claims adjuster during the claims process? A. To provide legal representation for the policyholder. B. To negotiate policy terms and premiums. C. To assess and evaluate the damage or loss reported. D. To sell additional insurance policies to the policyholder. Correct answer: C. To assess and evaluate the damage or loss reported. Explanation: the primary function of an insurance claims adjuster is to assess and evaluate the damage or loss reported by the policyholder. C. The adjuster investigates the claim, inspects the damage, and determines the amount of compensation the policyholder is entitled to under the policy terms. Providing legal representation is not within the adjuster's role. Negotiating policy terms and premiums, B, is typically handled by underwriters and agents. Selling additional insurance policies, D, is the job of an insurance agent or broker, not a claims adjuster. Therefore, the correct answer is that the adjuster assesses and evaluates the damage or loss reported. Question 41. Insurance regulation question. In Delaware, which of the following actions by an insurance agent could be considered an unfair trade practice? A. Offering discounts for bundling policies. B. Misrepresenting the benefits of a policy. C. Providing detailed policy explanations. D. Conducting regular follow-ups with clients. Correct answer: B. Misrepresenting the benefits of a policy. Explanation: unfair trade practices in insurance include actions that deceive or mislead consumers. Misrepresenting the benefits of a policy, B, is a clear example of such a practice and is prohibited by law. Offering discounts for bundling policies, A, is a common practice and is not unfair. Providing detailed policy explanations, C, and conducting regular follow-ups with clients, D, are good practices that help ensure clients understand their coverage and maintain their policies. Therefore, the correct answer is misrepresenting the benefits of a policy. Question 42. Personal umbrella policy question. In Delaware, if an insured's primary auto policy has a liability limit of $250,000 and they have a $1 million personal umbrella policy, what is the total liability coverage available in the event of a serious at-fault auto accident? A. $250,000. B. $750,000. C. $1 million. D. $1,250,000. Correct answer: D. $1,250,000. Explanation: a personal umbrella policy provides excess liability coverage above the limits of the insured's primary policies. If the primary auto policy has a liability limit of $250,000 and the insured has a $1 million personal umbrella policy, the total liability coverage available is $1,250,000. D. This total includes the $250,000 from the primary policy and the $1 million from the umbrella policy. Therefore, the correct answer is $1,250,000. Question 43. Health insurance overview question. In Delaware, what is a key characteristic of a high deductible health policy? Low monthly premiums and low out-of-pocket costs. B. High monthly premiums and high out-of-pocket costs. C. Low monthly premiums and high out-of-pocket costs. D. High monthly premiums and low out-of-pocket costs. Correct answer: C. Low monthly premiums and high out-of-pocket costs. Explanation: high deductible health policies are designed to offer low monthly premiums in exchange for higher out-of-pocket costs. C. This means that the insured pays less each month but must meet a higher deductible before the insurance coverage kicks in. HDHPS are often paired with health savings accounts HSAS to help cover the higher deductible. Therefore, the correct answer is low monthly premiums and high out-of-pocket costs. Question 44. Personal liability insurance question. In Delaware, under standard homeowners policy, which of the following situations would be covered by personal liability insurance? A. The insured's dog bites a neighbor while off the insured's property. B. The insured's car is damaged in a garage fire. C. The insured's child accidentally breaks a window in their own home. D. The insured loses personal property during travel. Correct answer: A. The insured's dog bites a neighbor while off the insured's property. Explanation: personal liability insurance under a standard homeowners policy covers legal liability for bodily injury and property damage that the insured or their family members cause to others. If the insured's dog bites a neighbor while off the insured's property, A. This would be covered. Damage to the insured's car, B. is covered under an auto insurance policy, not homeowners insurance. Damage within the insured's own home, C. typically involves property coverage, not liability. Loss of personal property during travel, D. might be covered under personal property coverage or travel insurance, not personal liability. Therefore, the correct answer is the insured's dog bites a neighbor while off the insured's property. Question 45. Claims handling question. In Delaware, which of the following is an essential part of the claims process? In personal lines insurance, A. selling new policies to the claimant. B. determining policy premiums for the next term. C. investigating the cause of the loss. D. conducting an annual policy review. Correct answer: C. investigating the cause of the loss. Explanation: investigating the cause of the loss. C. is a critical part of the claims process. In personal lines insurance, this involves assessing the damage, determining the validity of the claim, and ensuring that the loss falls within the coverage provided by the policy. Selling new policies and determining policy premiums, B. are not part of the claims process but are related to policy issuance and underwriting. Conducting an annual policy review, D. is a part of policy maintenance and customer service, not claims handling. Therefore, the correct answer is investigating the cause of the loss. Question 46. Personal auto policy PAP question. In Delaware, which of the following is typically covered under medical payments coverage? And Part B of a personal auto policy: A. lost wages due to injury. B. funeral expenses for the insured and passengers. C. damage to personal property in the vehicle. D. liability for injuries to others. Correct answer: B. funeral expenses for the insured and passengers. Explanation: medical payments coverage. Part B of a personal auto policy covers medical and funeral expenses for the insured and passengers regardless of fault. It does not cover lost wages, damage to personal property, C, or liability for injuries to others, D, which are addressed under different parts of the policy. Therefore, the correct answer is funeral expenses for the insured and passengers. Question 47. Homeowners insurance question. In Delaware, under the loss of use coverage D of a homeowner's insurance policy, what is typically covered? A. Damage to the insured's home from a covered peril. B. Personal liability for bodily injury. C. Additional living expenses if the home is uninhabitable due to a covered peril. D. Medical payments for injuries to others. Correct answer: C. Additional living expenses if the home is uninhabitable due to a covered peril. Explanation: loss of use. Coverage D covers additional living expenses incurred if the insured's home becomes uninhabitable due to a covered peril. This coverage helps pay for temporary housing, food, and other living expenses. Damage to the home A is covered under dwelling coverage. Coverage A. Personal liability B is covered under personal liability coverage. Coverage E and medical payments D are covered under medical payments to others. Coverage F. Therefore, the correct answer is additional living expenses if the home is uninhabitable due to a covered peril. Question 48. Inland marine insurance question. In Delaware, which of the following is a key feature of a personal property floater policy? A. Coverage is limited to the insured's residence. B. Coverage is only for scheduled items. C. Coverage includes worldwide protection. D. Coverage excludes accidental loss. Correct answer: C. Coverage includes worldwide protection. Explanation: a personal property floater policy provides broad coverage, including worldwide protection for high-value items. This means the insured's belongings are covered anywhere in the world. Coverage is not limited to the insured's residence, and while it can include scheduled items, B, it can also cover unscheduled personal property. Coverage typically includes accidental loss, D. Therefore, the correct answer is that coverage includes worldwide protection. Question 49. Earthquake insurance question. In Delaware, what is a common characteristic of earthquake insurance policies? A. No deductible. B. Coverage for flood damage. C. Separate policy or endorsement required. D. Included in standard homeowners policies. Correct answer: C. Separate policy or endorsement required. Explanation: earthquake insurance is typically not included in standard homeowners policies D and must be purchased as a separate policy or endorsement. C. These policies generally have high deductibles A and do not cover flood damage B, which requires separate flood insurance. Therefore, the correct answer is that a separate policy or endorsement is required for earthquake coverage. Question 50. Claims handling question. In Delaware, what is the purpose of a reservation of rights letter in the claims process? A. To confirm coverage and payment of the claim. B. To notify the insured that the claim is denied. C. To inform the insured that the insurer is investigating the claim but may later deny coverage. D. To request additional premium payments from the insured. Correct answer: C. To inform the insured that the insurer is investigating the claim but may later deny coverage. Explanation: a reservation of rights letter is sent by the insurer to inform the insured that while the claim is being investigated, the insurer reserves the right to deny coverage later based on the findings. This letter protects the insurer's rights while the investigation is ongoing. It does not confirm coverage and payment A. Deny the claim outright B. Or request additional premium payments D. Therefore, the correct answer is that it informs the insured that the insurer is investigating the claim but may later deny coverage. Question 51. Personal auto policy PAP question. In Delaware, under liability coverage, Part A of a personal auto policy, which of the following is typically excluded? A. Bodily injury to pedestrians caused by the insured. B. Damage to property of others caused by the insured. C. Bodily injury to the insured's family members residing in the same household. D. Legal defense costs for the insured. Correct answer: C. Bodily injury to the insured's family members residing in the same household. Explanation: liability coverage. Part A of a personal auto policy generally covers bodily injury and property damage caused to others by the insured, including pedestrians, A, and damage to property, B, as well as legal defense costs, D. However, bodily injury to the insured's family members residing in the same household, C, is typically excluded as it is usually covered under personal injury protection, PIP, or medical payments coverage. Part B. Therefore, the correct answer is bodily injury to the insured's family members residing in the same household. Question 52. Homeowners insurance question. In Delaware, which of the following is a typical exclusion under personal property coverage? Coverage C of a homeowner's insurance policy. A, theft of personal property from the insured's home. B, fire damage to personal property. C, damage to personal property caused by an earthquake. D, loss of personal property due to vandalism. Correct answer: C, damage to personal property caused by an earthquake. Explanation: personal property coverage. Coverage C of a homeowner's insurance policy generally covers perils such as theft, A, fire, B, and vandalism, D. However, damage to personal property caused by an earthquake, C, is typically excluded and would require a separate earthquake insurance policy or endorsement. Therefore, the correct answer is damage to personal property caused by an earthquake. Question 53. Inland marine insurance question. In Delaware, which of the following items would typically be covered under a personal articles floater policy? A, a car. B, a diamond ring. C, a watercraft. D, a home. Correct answer: B, a diamond ring. Explanation: a personal articles floater policy under inland marine insurance covers high-value personal items such as jewelry, B, fine art, and other valuable collectibles. It does not cover vehicles, A, which are insured under auto insurance policies, watercraft, C, which are insured under watercraft insurance policies, or homes, D, which are covered under homeowners insurance policies. Therefore, the correct answer is a diamond ring. Question 54. Flood insurance question. In Delaware, under the National Flood Insurance Program (NFIP), which of the following is typically covered under a standard flood insurance policy? A, basement improvements. B, personal property stored in the basement. C, structural damage to the building. D, currency and valuable papers. Correct answer: C, structural damage to the building. Explanation: a standard flood insurance policy under the NFIP covers structural damage to the building, C, and essential building elements in the basement, but it typically does not cover basement improvements, A, personal property stored in the basement, B, or currency and valuable papers, D. These exclusions are due to the high risk associated with flood-prone areas. Therefore, the correct answer is structural damage to the building. Question 55. Ethics in insurance question. In Delaware, which of the following actions would most likely violate ethical standards for insurance agents? A, offering a discount for paying premiums annually instead of monthly. B, recommending a higher coverage limit based on the client's needs. C, failing to disclose a conflict of interest when selling a policy. D, providing clients with multiple policy options to choose from. Correct answer: C, failing to disclose a conflict of interest when selling a policy. Explanation: ethical standards for insurance agents require full disclosure of any conflicts of interest, C, that may affect the agent's impartiality. Failing to disclose such conflicts can mislead clients and result in a loss of trust. Offering discounts for annual payments, A, recommending appropriate coverage limits, B, and providing multiple policy options, D, are all acceptable practices that aim to benefit the client. Therefore, the correct answer is failing to disclose a conflict of interest when selling a policy. Question 56. Personal auto policy PAP question. In Delaware, which of the following scenarios would typically be covered under uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage? Part C of a personal auto policy. A, the insured's car is stolen. B, the insured is hit by a driver who has no insurance. C, the insured accidentally backs into a tree. D, the insured's car is damaged by a hailstorm. Correct answer: B, the insured is hit by a driver who has no insurance. Explanation: uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage. Part C provides protection when the insured is involved in an accident with a driver who either has no insurance, B, or insufficient insurance to cover the damages. It does not cover theft, A, accidents involving stationary objects like a tree. C, or damage caused by natural events like a hailstorm. D, which would be covered under comprehensive or collision coverage. Therefore, the correct answer is the insured is hit by a driver who has no insurance. Question 57. Homeowners insurance question. In Delaware, which of the following coverages is included in a standard homeowners insurance policy but typically has a separate limit of liability? A, personal property coverage. Coverage C. B, loss of use. Coverage D. C, personal liability coverage. Coverage E. D, medical payments to others. Coverage F. Correct answer: D, medical payments to others. Coverage F. Explanation: medical payments to others. Coverage F. In a standard homeowners insurance policy provides limited coverage for medical expenses incurred by guests who are injured on the insured's property, regardless of fault. This coverage typically has a separate limit of liability. Personal property coverage, coverage C, loss of use, coverage D, and personal liability coverage, coverage E, also have their own limits, but they are generally more significant and cover broader aspects of potential losses or liability. Therefore, the correct answer is medical payments to others, coverage F. Question 50. Flood insurance question. In Delaware, under the National Flood Insurance Program (NFIP), which of the following is NOT typically covered under a standard flood insurance policy? A, flood damage to the building's foundation. B, appliances such as refrigerators and stoves. C, personal belongings stored in the attic. D, personal belongings stored in a basement. Correct answer: D, personal belongings stored in a basement. Explanation: under the NFIP, a standard flood insurance policy covers structural damage to the building, A, and appliances, B, and personal belongings stored in the attic, C. However, personal belongings stored in a basement, D, are typically not covered due to the high risk of flood damage in basement areas. Therefore, the correct answer is personal belongings stored in a basement. Question 59. Inland marine insurance question. In Delaware, which of the following best describes the primary purpose of a personal articles floater? A, to provide liability coverage for the insured. B, to offer coverage for high-value personal items. C, to insure the structural components of the home. D, to provide health insurance coverage. Correct answer: B, to offer coverage for high-value personal items. Explanation: the primary purpose of a personal articles floater is to offer coverage for high-value personal items such as jewelry, fine art, and collectibles. B, it does not provide liability coverage. A, structural insurance. C, or health insurance. D, this type of policy is specifically designed to protect valuable personal property that may not be fully covered under a standard homeowners or renters policy. Therefore, the correct answer is to offer coverage for high-value personal items. Question 60. Personal liability insurance question. In Delaware, under a personal liability insurance policy, which of the following scenarios would typically be covered? A, the insured's car is damaged in a traffic accident. B, the insured's home is damaged by a fire. C, the insured is sued for accidentally injuring a guest at their home. D, the insured loses valuable jewelry during travel. Correct answer: C, the insured is sued for accidentally injuring a guest at their home. Explanation: personal liability insurance covers the insured in the event they are sued for bodily injury or property damage they are responsible for. If the insured is sued for accidentally injuring a guest at their home, C, this would be covered under their personal liability insurance. Damage to the insured's car would be covered under auto insurance. Damage to the home by fire, B, under homeowners insurance, and loss of valuable jewelry during travel, D, under a personal articles floater or similar policy. Therefore, the correct answer is the insured is sued for accidentally injuring a guest at their home. Question 61. Personal auto policy PAP question. In Delaware, under coverage for damage to your auto, Part D, which of the following losses would typically be covered? A, damage caused by a flood. B, mechanical breakdown of the engine. C, wear and tear over time. D, theft of aftermarket stereo equipment. Correct answer: A, damage caused by a flood. Explanation: coverage for damage to your auto, Part D, includes comprehensive coverage which covers non-collision related damage such as damage caused by a flood, A, mechanical breakdown, B, and wear and tear. C, are typically excluded from coverage. Theft of aftermarket stereo equipment, D, may be covered under comprehensive coverage, but only if the equipment is permanently installed in the vehicle and properly reported to the insurer. Therefore, the correct answer is damage caused by a flood. Question 62. Homeowners insurance question. In Delaware, under the dwelling coverage A of a homeowner's insurance policy, which of the following is typically excluded? A. Fire damage to the structure of the home. B. Damage caused by a burst pipe. C. Damage caused by an earthquake. D. Damage caused by windstorm. Correct answer: C. Damage caused by an earthquake. Explanation: dwelling coverage A of a homeowner's insurance policy typically covers damage to the structure of the home caused by perils such as fire, A, burst pipes, B, and windstorms, D. However, damage caused by an earthquake, C, is usually excluded and requires a separate earthquake insurance policy or endorsement. Therefore, the correct answer is damage caused by an earthquake. Question 63. Personal umbrella policy question. In Delaware, which of the following scenarios would typically be covered under a personal umbrella policy? A. The insured is sued for libel and slander. B. The insured's vehicle is damaged in a collision. C. The insured's home is damaged by a fire. D. The insured needs medical treatment for an illness. Correct answer: A. The insured is sued for libel and slander. Explanation: a personal umbrella policy provides additional liability coverage above the limits of the insured's primary policies and typically covers personal liability claims such as libel and slander. A. It does not cover physical damage to the insured's vehicle. B. Damage to the home. C. Or medical treatment for illness. D. Which are covered under auto, homeowners, and health insurance policies respectively. Therefore, the correct answer is the insured is sued for libel and slander. Question 64. Flood insurance question. In Delaware, which of the following would typically be considered the covered peril under the National Flood Insurance Program in FIP? A. Sewer backup not caused by flooding. B. Gradual seepage of water into the basement. C. Overflow of inland or tidal waters. D. Water damage from a broken appliance. Correct answer: C. Overflow of inland or tidal waters. Explanation: the NFIP defines a flood as a general and temporary condition of partial or complete inundation of 2 or more acres of normally dry land area or of 2 or more properties from overflow of inland or tidal waters. C. Sewer backup. A. Not caused by flooding. Gradual seepage. B. And water damage from a broken appliance. D. Are not covered under a standard flood insurance policy. Therefore, the correct answer is the overflow of inland or tidal waters. Question 65. Ethics in insurance question. In Delaware, which of the following actions by an insurance agent would be considered unethical? A. Recommending a policy that meets the client's stated needs. B. Disclosing all terms and conditions of the policy to the client. C. Failing to report a known material fact to the insurance company. D. Providing options for different coverage levels. Correct answer: C. Failing to report a known material fact to the insurance company. Explanation: ethics in insurance require that agents act in good faith and with transparency. Failing to report a known material fact to the insurance company, C, is considered unethical as it can affect the insurer's ability to accurately underwrite the policy and assess risks. Recommending appropriate policies. A. Disclosing terms and conditions. B. And providing options. D. Are ethical practices that help ensure clients are well informed and receive suitable coverage. Therefore, the correct answer is failing to report a known material fact to the insurance company. Question 66. Personal auto policy PAP question. In Delaware, under uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage, Part C, which of the following situations is typically covered? A. The insured is involved in a hit-and-run accident. B. The insured's car is vandalized. C. The insured's car is stolen. D. The insured accidentally hits an animal. Correct answer: A. The insured is involved in a hit-and-run accident. Explanation: uninsured underinsured motorist coverage, Part C, covers the insured in situations where the other driver is at fault and either has no insurance or insufficient insurance, including hit-and-run accidents. A. Vandalism. B. Theft. C. And accidents involving animals. D. Are typically covered under comprehensive coverage, not uninsured underinsured motorist coverage. Therefore, the correct answer is the insured is involved in a hit-and-run accident. Question 67. Homeowners insurance question in Delaware under personal liability coverage E of a homeowner's insurance policy, which of the following would be covered? A. The insured's child accidentally breaks a neighbor's window. B. The insured's roof is damaged in a hailstorm. C. The insured's personal belongings are stolen from their home. D. The insured's home is damaged by a burst pipe. Correct answer A. The insured's child accidentally breaks a neighbor's window. Explanation: personal liability coverage E, provides coverage if the insured or their family members are legally responsible for bodily injury or property damage to others. If the insured's child accidentally breaks a neighbor's window A, this would be covered. Damage to the insured's roof B, or home D, and theft of personal belongings C are covered under other parts of the homeowner's insurance policy, not personal liability coverage. Therefore, the correct answer is the insured's child accidentally breaks a neighbor's window. Question 60, dwelling policy DP question. In Delaware, which of the following is typically covered under coverage D, fair rental value of a dwelling policy? A, loss of rental income due to a tenant's default. B, loss of rental income due to a covered peril making the dwelling uninhabitable. C, damage to personal property of the tenant. D, damage to the insured's vehicle parked at the dwelling. Correct answer B, loss of rental income due to a covered peril making the dwelling uninhabitable. Explanation: coverage D, fair rental value, reimburses the insured for loss of rental income if a covered peril makes the dwelling uninhabitable. B, it does not cover loss of rental income due to a tenant's default. A, damage to the tenant's personal property. C, or damage to the insured's vehicle. D. Therefore, the correct answer is the loss of rental income due to a covered peril making the dwelling uninhabitable. Question 69. Flood insurance question. In Delaware, under the National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, which of the following types of damage is typically excluded? A, damage to a home's foundation caused by floodwaters. B, damage to personal property in the basement. C, structural damage to the home caused by floodwaters. D, flood-related damage to appliances in the home. Correct answer B, damage to personal property in the basement. Explanation: the NFIP covers structural damage to the home. A, C, and flood-related damage to appliances. D. However, personal property stored in the basement B is typically excluded from coverage due to the high risk of flooding in basement areas. Therefore, the correct answer is damage to personal property in the basement. Question 70. Ethics in insurance question. In Delaware, which of the following actions by an insurance agent would be considered an unethical practice? A, recommending a comprehensive policy to a client with significant assets. B, failing to explain the exclusions and limitations of a policy to a client. C, advising a client to increase their liability coverage based on their risk exposure. D, assisting a client in filing a claim for a covered loss. Correct answer B, failing to explain the exclusions and limitations of a policy to a client. Explanation: it is unethical for an insurance agent to fail to explain the exclusions and limitations of a policy. B, as it prevents the client from making an informed decision. Recommending comprehensive policies. A, advising clients to increase coverage based on risk exposure. C, and assisting clients in filing claims. D, are ethical practices that ensure clients receive appropriate coverage and support. Therefore, the correct answer is failing to explain the exclusions and limitations of a policy to a client. Question 71. Personal auto policy PAP question. In Delaware, under medical payments coverage, Part B, which of the following would be covered? A, medical expenses for injuries sustained by the insured while driving a non-owned vehicle. B, medical expenses for injuries sustained by the insured's passenger in a hit-and-run accident. C, medical expenses for injuries sustained by the insured while engaged in a racing event. D, medical expenses for injuries sustained by the insured's family member residing in another state. Correct answer B, medical expenses for injuries sustained by the insured's passenger in a hit-and-run accident. Explanation: medical payments coverage, Part B, covers medical expenses for injuries sustained by the insured and their passengers, regardless of fault, including hit-and-run accidents. B, injuries sustained while driving a non-owned vehicle. A, may require specific conditions to be met. Injuries from a racing event. C, are typically excluded. Coverage generally extends to family members residing in the same household, not in another state. D. Therefore, the correct answer is medical expenses for injuries sustained by the insured's passenger in a hit-and-run accident. Question 72. Homeowners insurance question. In Delaware, which of the following perils is typically covered under the personal property coverage C of the standard homeowners insurance policy? A. Earthquake. B. Flood. C. Fire. D. War. Correct answer C. Fire. Explanation. Personal property coverage C typically covers perils such as fire. C. Theft and certain types of water damage. Earthquake aid and flood. B. Are usually excluded and require separate policies or endorsements. Damage from war. D. Is universally excluded in standard homeowners policies. Therefore, the correct answer is fire. Question 73. Personal umbrella policy question. In Delaware, which of the following would a personal umbrella policy most likely provide coverage for? A. Property damage to the insured's own home. B. Liability claims exceeding the limits of the insured's auto policy. C. Medical expenses for the insured's injuries. D. Damage to the insured's boat. Correct answer B. Liability claims exceeding the limits of the insured's auto policy. Explanation. A personal umbrella policy provides additional liability coverage above the limits of the insured's underlying auto, homeowners, or other liability policies. B. It does not cover property damage to the insured's own home. A. The insured's own medical expenses. C. Or damage to personal property like boats. D. Therefore, the correct answer is liability claims exceeding the limits of the insured's auto policy. Question 74. Flood insurance question. In Delaware, under the National Flood Insurance Program (NFIP), which of the following is considered a flood? A. Water damage from a broken pipe. B. Overflow of inland or tidal waters causing temporary inundation. C. Rain damage from a leaking roof. D. Sewer backup not caused by flooding. Correct answer B. Overflow of inland or tidal waters causing temporary inundation. Explanation. The NFIP defines a flood as a general and temporary condition of partial or complete inundation of normally dry land from overflow of inland or tidal waters. B. Water damage from a broken pipe. A. And rain damage from a leaking roof. C. Are not considered floods. Sewer backup. D. Is only covered if it is directly caused by flooding. Therefore, the correct answer is overflow of inland or tidal waters causing temporary inundation. Question 75. Ethics in insurance question. In Delaware, which of the following actions by an insurance agent would be considered unethical and a violation of state regulations? A. Promptly returning a client's phone call. B. Advising a client to purchase additional coverage based on their needs. C. Withholding information about policy exclusions from a client. D. Offering a variety of policy options for the client to choose from. Correct answer C. Withholding information about policy exclusions from a client. Explanation. Withholding information about policy exclusions C. is unethical and violates the duty of good faith and fair dealing that agents owe to their clients. Promptly returning calls A. Advising on additional coverage based on needs. B. And offering various policy options. D. Are considered ethical practices that ensure clients are well informed and receive appropriate advice and service. Therefore, the correct answer is withholding information about policy exclusions from a client. Question 76. Personal auto policy PAP question. In Delaware, under liability coverage, Part A of a personal auto policy, which of the following scenarios would be covered? A. The insured accidentally damages a rental car. B. The insured is sued for bodily injury caused by an at-fault accident. C. The insured's vehicle is damaged by a falling tree. D. The insured's medical expenses following an accident. Correct answer B. The insured is sued for bodily injury caused by an at-fault accident. Explanation. Liability coverage. Part A covers the insured's legal liability for bodily injury or property damage they cause to others in an at-fault accident. B. Damage to a rental car. A. May require rental car insurance. Damage from a falling tree. C. And the insured's medical expenses. D. Are covered under comprehensive or collision coverage and medical payments coverage. Part B, respectively. Therefore, the correct answer is the insured is sued for bodily injury caused by an at-fault accident. Question 77. Homeowners insurance question in Delaware. Which of the following is typically covered under other structures? Coverage B of a homeowner's insurance policy. A. The main residence. B. A detached garage. C. Personal property inside the home. D. A damaged roof. Correct answer. B. A detached garage. Explanation. Other structures. Coverage B covers structures on the property that are not attached to the main residence, such as a detached garage, B. Sheds or fences. The main residence A is covered under dwelling coverage. Coverage A, personal property inside the home. C is covered under personal property coverage. Coverage C, and a damaged roof D is covered under dwelling coverage. Therefore, the correct answer is a detached garage. Question 78. Inland marine insurance question. In Delaware, which of the following is an example of property that might be covered under personal articles floater? A. The insured's home. B. The insured's car. C. The insured's fine art collection. D. The insured's medical expenses. Correct answer. C. The insured's fine art collection. Explanation. A personal articles floater is an inland marine policy designed to cover valuable personal property such as jewelry, fine art collections, and collectibles. C. It does not cover the insured's home. A. Car. B. Or medical expenses. D. Which are covered under homeowners, auto, and health insurance policies respectively. Therefore, the correct answer is the insured's fine art collection. Question 79. Flood insurance question. In Delaware, under the National Flood Insurance Program (NFIP), which of the following would be considered a covered loss? A. Mold damage due to high humidity. B. Water damage from a sewer backup not caused by flooding. C. Structural damage caused by flooding from heavy rains. D. Leaking roof caused by poor maintenance. Correct answer. C. Structural damage caused by flooding from heavy rains. Explanation. The NFIP covers direct physical damage to the insured property caused by flooding, which can include structural damage from heavy rains. C. Mold damage due to high humidity. A. Sewer backup not caused by flooding. B. And damage from poor maintenance. D. Are not covered under standard flood insurance policies. Therefore, the correct answer is structural damage caused by flooding from heavy rains. Question 80. Claims handling question. In Delaware, during the claims handling process, which of the following is an important step an insured should take after experiencing a loss? A. Destroy any damaged property immediately. B. Notify the insurance company promptly. C. Repair the damage before contacting the insurer. D. Withhold information from the insurance adjuster. Correct answer. B. Notify the insurance company promptly. Explanation. After experiencing a loss, it is crucial for the insured to notify the insurance company promptly. B. To begin the claims process. Destroying damaged property. A. Should be avoided until it has been documented and assessed by the insurer. Repairs. C. Should generally not be made until after the insurance company has inspected the damage, unless necessary to prevent further damage. Withholding information. D. Is unethical and could result in claim denial. Therefore, the correct answer is notifying the insurance company promptly. Question 81. Personal auto policy PAP question. In Delaware, under the duties after an accident or loss, Part 8 of a personal auto policy, which of the following is the insured required to do? A. Immediately repair their vehicle. B. Notify the police only if there are injuries. C. Submit a proof of loss form within the insurer's specified time frame. D. Discuss the accident details with the other party's insurer. Correct answer. C. Submit a proof of loss form within the insurer's specified time frame. Explanation. Under duties after an accident or loss, Part E, the insured is required to submit a proof of loss form within the time frame specified by the insurer. C. This helps the insurer process the claim accurately. Immediate repairs, they should not be done before the insurer inspects the vehicle unless necessary to prevent further damage. The police should be notified not only if there are injuries, B, but also if there is significant property damage or the accident involves a hit and run. Discussing details with the other party's insurer, D, is not advisable without consulting their own insurer. Therefore, the correct answer is to submit a proof of loss form within the insurer's specified time frame. Question 82. Homeowners insurance question. In Delaware, under loss of use, coverage D of a homeowner's insurance policy, which of the following expenses would typically be covered? A. The cost to repair the insured's home after fire. B. The cost of temporary housing while the insured's home is being repaired. C. The cost of replacing personal property destroyed in a fire. D. The cost of routine home maintenance. Correct answer: B. The cost of temporary housing while the insured's home is being repaired. Explanation: loss of use. Coverage D provides reimbursement for additional living expenses, such as temporary housing, be incurred when the insured's home is uninhabitable due to a covered peril. It does not cover the cost to repair the home, A. Replace personal property, C. Or routine home maintenance, D. Therefore, the correct answer is the cost of temporary housing while the insured's home is being repaired. Question 83. Personal umbrella policy question: in Delaware, which of the following scenarios would typically require a personal umbrella policy to provide additional coverage? A. The insured's dog bites a neighbor resulting in medical expenses. B. The insured's car is damaged in a collision. C. The insured's home is damaged by a tornado. D. The insured needs to pay for routine medical checkups. Correct answer: A. The insured's dog bites a neighbor resulting in medical expenses. Explanation: a personal umbrella policy provides additional liability coverage beyond the limits of the insured's primary homeowners or auto policy. It would cover liability claims such as the insured's dog biting a neighbor. A. Damage to the insured's car, B, and home, C, are covered under auto and homeowners policies respectively. Routine medical checkups, D, are covered under health insurance, not by a personal umbrella policy. Therefore, the correct answer is the insured's dog bites a neighbor resulting in medical expenses. Question 84. Flood insurance question: in Delaware, under the National Flood Insurance Program (NFIP), which of the following items is typically not covered? A. Personal belongings in the basement. B. Structural damage to the building. C. Electrical and plumbing systems. D. Detached garages. Correct answer: A. Personal belongings in the basement. Explanation: the NFIP generally covers structural damage to the building, B. Electrical and plumbing systems, C. And detached garages, D. However, personal belongings stored in the basement, they are typically not covered due to the high risk of flood damage in these areas. Therefore, the correct answer is personal belongings in the basement. Question 85. Claims handling question: in Delaware, which of the following is an unethical practice during the claims handling process? A. Documenting all damage with photographs. B. Providing false information to the insurance company. C. Keeping receipts for repairs made to prevent further damage. D. Promptly notifying the insurance company of the loss. Correct answer: B. Providing false information to the insurance company. Explanation: providing false information to the insurance company, B, is unethical and can lead to claim denial and potential legal consequences. Documenting damage, A. Keeping receipts, C. And promptly notifying the insurer, D, are all ethical practices that help ensure the claims process proceeds smoothly and accurately. Therefore, the correct answer is providing false information to the insurance company. Question 86. Homeowners insurance question: in Delaware, under personal liability coverage E of a homeowner's insurance policy, which of the following scenarios would typically be covered? A. The insured's child accidentally damages school property. B. The insured spouse's car is vandalized in their driveway. C. The insured's home is damaged by a flood. D. The insured's pet dog bites a family member. Correct answer: A. The insured's child accidentally damages school property. Explanation: personal liability coverage A, typically covers the insured's legal liability for bodily injury or property damage to others. Accidental damage caused by the insured's child to school property, A, would likely be covered under this section. Vandalism to a car, B, is generally covered under comprehensive coverage for the vehicle damaged by flood. C, is excluded from standard homeowners policies and requires separate flood insurance. Pet liability, D, might be covered under certain circumstances, but specific pet-related incidents can vary in coverage terms. Therefore, the correct answer is the insured's child accidentally damages school property. Question 87. Dwelling policy DP question: in Delaware, under coverage with dwelling of a dwelling policy, which of the following perils is typically covered? A. Earthquake. B. Flood. C. Fire. D. Wear and tear. Correct answer: C. Fire. Explanation: coverage with dwelling of a dwelling policy typically covers perils such as fire, C, lightning, windstorm, and hail. Earthquake, A, and flood, B, are generally excluded and require separate policies or endorsements. Wear and tear D is not covered under any standard insurance policy as it is considered a maintenance issue, therefore the correct answer is fire. Question 88. Personal umbrella policy question. In Delaware, which of the following would a personal umbrella policy typically provide coverage for? A. Property damage caused by the insured's negligence. B. Medical expenses for the insured's injuries. C. Theft of the insured's personal belongings. D. Damage to the insured's rental car. Correct answer A. Property damage caused by the insured's negligence. Explanation. A personal umbrella policy provides additional liability coverage beyond the limits of the insured's primary policies. It covers liability claims resulting from property damage caused by the insured's negligence or actions. Medical expenses for the insured's injuries B. Are typically covered under health insurance. Theft of personal belongings C. Is covered under homeowners or renters insurance policies. Damage to a rental car D. Is covered under rental car insurance or the insured's personal auto policy. Therefore, the correct answer is property damage caused by the insured's negligence. Question 89. Flood insurance question. In Delaware, under the National Flood Insurance Program (NFIP), which of the following is typically covered? A. Damage to personal property stored in a basement. B. Mold damage due to high humidity. C. Water damage from a broken pipe. D. Damage caused by a hurricane. Correct answer D. Damage caused by a hurricane. Explanation. The NFIP covers direct physical damage to the insured property caused by flooding, including flooding from hurricanes. D. Damage to personal property stored in a basement is generally excluded. Mold damage B. And water damage from a broken pipe C. May be covered under other insurance policies depending on the circumstances. Therefore, the correct answer is damage caused by a hurricane. Question 90. Insurance regulation question. In Delaware, what role does the state insurance department typically play in regulating insurance? A. Enforcing speed limits for insurance agents. B. Licensing insurance agents and brokers. C. Setting prices for insurance policies. D. Providing medical care to insured individuals. Correct answer B. Licensing insurance agents and brokers. Explanation. State insurance departments in Delaware and other states regulate insurance by licensing insurance agents and brokers. B. Ensuring they meet certain qualifications and ethical standards. They do not enforce speed limits or set prices for insurance policies. C. Which are typically determined by insurers based on risk factors and regulations. Providing medical care. D. Is not within the scope of insurance regulation. Therefore, the correct answer is licensing insurance agents and brokers.